Hey, what's up, awesome people? It's Lavo here. I hope we're all doing awesome. The science of being well composed two forms, thoughts and action. It is not enough for the man to only think certain way. He must express and externalize his thoughts in his outer life and act the same way as he thinks. And this is where the drift comes. I would love to act the way I think, and especially in the area of sport, when I decide to undertake a challenge and act the same way as I think. So, action, no mere words or mere thoughts, because you won't go nowhere with that. So, and there, for anyone there who is experiencing the same thing that perhaps I experience, the limitation, obstacles, adversity and failures that coming to our life and trying to diminish our abilities to progress. And this is the one most fundamental element in a human's life. To be happy, you have to progress. Not everyone is aware of that fact, yet that's the true essence of life and law of the nature, that everything grow and everything become a better version of yourself. Tackle the problem of my cartridges, and through improving my life with reading certain books and experiments on my life for 15 years about, I'm staying away from the doctors and I don't get sick. I use the cold showers, and I'm also able to do sit-ups on one leg, something that I don't practice as often and regular, and something that in my condition, problem with the hips and knees, and that one leg seems to be longer and one shorter, you're not supposed to be able to do this kind of stuff. Yet this is the way I was able to strengthen improve myself, that things what I was eating and experiment and the exercise I was doing, I was able to strengthen my cartridges, my muscle, and able to doing that on a regular basis. And this is something that I don't do now. I want to start it, and this is the worst side, because the pain came inside from last few days that I have to quit running. Why it's coming quite difficult for me? Because I don't do that now on a regular basis. I will be doing that to improve my joints, to improve my muscles, and there is a pain here inside internal that do not want to go away, even that I'm stretching and improving my training session. I guess I pushed too far with this 577 kilometers and then hit 15. Upon 3 kilometers I had massive pain in my hip and shoulder, and I had an ongoing battle, like think to myself that this is what you have to overcome to become better. And perhaps it's the laziness, that I hate run and I don't want to do it. How can you do something that you hate? Because many people do something that they hate, and especially that if you want to be successful in life, you do have to keep yourself away from the comfort zone, because when you're comfortable, you do not really accomplish nothing. You have to keep moving and pushing and doing things forward. That's how I was able to actually get to know certain things about learning how to improve my health. And that's how people become successful, when they turn the life upside down and stop doing what failures doing and doing what successful people are doing. And the funny thing is, one of the way to to know how to be successful in life is to find out what are the failures reading, and then to make sure to not to read that. That is the fact. And not so bad. Like from beginning, if I started with the left side and go on the right, oh, totally, I'm destroyed. It's going to be very difficult. I decide to start it with the right. Seems to be like I have more power, and cheat that condition for a moment only. But persistence is the key for sure. Oh yeah, now we are talking. If someone, one of your mates sit on that, and then you have to push all the way, like, trust me. But I figured it out. This is another amazing exercise for strengthening my glute, leg muscles in general, and all the cartridges protected and malignant support. So yeah, it's going to be for sure on my list, even that I hate it as much as I hate running. And I don't hate swimming. I hate the fact that I don't know how to swim properly without getting very quickly tired. Only last year I've learned some little technique myself, coincidentally, or maybe persistently, but I always wanted to learn better swimming. So it happened, and now I have to find an instructor and see how much I can improve, because it is going to be challenging without put enough effort to do scientifically and professionally to learn how to swim. I'm just gonna be dead after 100 meters and I'll be out of the challenge. I don't want that to happen. I just believe that there will be a day when I will learn everything, and I hope that within the next 2 weeks or a week the challenge is coming to learn the basic tricks, how to overcome breath technique and swim properly. What's more, to actually succeed with everything, before, when you see yourself, you see the goal, actually the end of the goal, and where you are, your condition and environment. The only problem is that we have to solve and fill the gap in between our problem and the potential future success. So what to do in between is surely not to worry, but actually to try to figure it out and to use time constructively and get prepared mentally, emotionally and physically. So that's what you have to do in order to, whenever opportunities show up, that you are ready to tackle it. And that's the solution. Fill up the gap in between and stay PMA, positive mental attitudes, and there you go. You have all the juice for you to actually get better and increase your chances to actually succeed with any endeavor that you do. Will you progress? That is not a question. As long as you try, you will progress. As long as you seek, you will find. As you ask, it will be answered. As you knock, it will be open. That's the apparent laws that have been passed to us and keep repeat in many places. Inspirationals, motivationals, video, or people who actually share the same ideas down through the history, the greatest people of the ages, and Bible itself, if one believe in it or not. Anyway, that is it's worth to pay attention to all those stuffs and take it out what works for humanity, okay? And I believe those kind of things works. When you examine your life, you will discover that there is truth in that for sure. When you look, you will find for. When you seek, you will find. When you ask, it will be answered, and when you knock, it will be open. Every time, each time when you actually progress and you look for answer, you will find it. It's the same like when you decide, I go for this kind of particular job or this kind of university or stuff like that. You do the action because you have a seed of belief that you can accomplish that. If you wouldn't have this seed of belief and faith, you wouldn't do it. So the same from my past obstacles and failures and defeat, that I didn't give up and I tried to new experiment and experience and put them into practice, I was able to solve the problems. So therefore, that's why I'm so motivated and inspired. Start from beginning, from fresh, to develop those muscles, put this video, record it, and do that for the next few days and to see improvement. What worse can happen? I think just the positive can happen. I'm not punching nobody in the face, I'm not robbing nobody, I'm not abusing anybody. It's all great, it's all positive, and it's all awesome. PMA, positive mental attitude, and it's all about to solve the problems and see how much we can go above this plateau and trying to actually break through these inabilities that body show us that okay, you are not done for that. Well, let's see, because if that is possible, that means there is a bunch of people in the queue which will be striving, especially a young generation who have imperfection in their body and will try to find this spark and believe that, okay, that's not the big problem what I have here. The most important problem is over tackle now, because the belief is there, it's been done, mental capacity is there, and the universe showed me that when I decide upon a goal and will be persistent, I will find the solution. So again, it is that belief and progress, of course, and it's all just juice and benefits. It's just honey, like it's all about improvement. And what's the worst can happen, that actually I can conquer that and bring a phenomenal result from that and actually be able to, who knows, maybe be somewhere in front line and actually accomplish that. That will be a massive plus inspiration for so many people in the world who would like to follow that and overcome their weakness and try to actually reverse everything 360, because it seems to be like everything in the world is about to pass that difficult time, difficult line, and whenever defeat and failure actually hitting you, to find the strength and to see the abilities over that things can be improved and can be overcome no matter what the obstacle. And it seems to be like the world is full of this evidence. Notorious, the guy who was raised in this bad environment, wherever it was, New York, Chicago, stuff like that. This guy and child at the time, he was like trying to make the words and put things together and trying to be a rapper, and where the condition and circumstances around show him that, you know, to get yourself out of that and become such a super star and super successful is like bizarre. Everybody laugh at you and it's just impossible. Yet here and there, like McGregor, who was plumber, and Tyson, and numbers of other, like Grant Cardone, who was drug addicted, and Tony Robbins, who comes from a broken family and poor totally. Now what he's doing, he's affecting millions of people's lives, like did already Napoleon Hill 70 years ago, who is the biggest probably inspiration for all the people in the world. But perhaps Tony Robbins is on the way to actually overcome every failure and defeat, and or overcome in competition of achievement of Napoleon Hill. I think Napoleon Hill is the greatest, because over 70 years there was millions numbers of successful people in the world, but perhaps it increased now with the technology and knowledge and information. It doesn't mean that it's more easy. The more easy the life it is, the more access we have to the communication and free stuff, library, better infrastructure on the internet, communication and stuff like that. That doesn't guarantee success. People are often discouraged because they fueling themselves, their mind, which is like a sponge, with the negative thoughts patterns and wrong information. That's why then they believe in the bullshit, bogus lies that are unfounded, and they just settle for what is easy. And what is easy, it doesn't bring you the best result. That's why oftentimes the people who overcome obstacles and problems and defeat and temporary failures are the people who reap the profit, because they the one who didn't give up, they the one who look for a solution, who knock and the door where opens, little hinges that open the swing, the big doors. So that is phenomenal, you know. I'm feeling myself with all that little things around, and I can absorb that. I'm fascinated about that, and then I put it back for you to see, so you can have a spark inspiration, and you can see if I'm able to progress and overcome this disability, I would call now, kind of like that I should have operation with my knees, with my hip, not necessarily, but with my knees, and I'm able to actually sustain a good quality lifestyle, and only the marathon is now the challenge. And if that challenge, if I was okay, then I would be maybe a winner in that marathon, maybe, but it's easy to say. When you start running, it seems to be like, oh hell, it is a tough journey, and it is lonely business to be like McGregor. Everybody takes joy and part when he's fighting and winning, or put the rags on him and stuff like that. But nobody knows how much actually this guy over what he's going through, the amount of energy that he's using to become that superstar, and it is just like beyond belief. If you would understand and see what he's doing, it is phenomenal. But again, what he's saying and preaching, it seems to be like he's trying to put the message across that anyone can do it who put the effort. The same Tony Robbins. So here you go, you have all the information, you can just listen here and there, and you can act upon it everywhere, wherever you are, wherever you have access to the internet, to the video, to the books, Kindle, Amazon, wherever you can buy the books. You have, you will find a bunch or hundreds of so much information to improve your life. And when you improve, everything is improved. Your life, your condition, you know, you don't have to work on condition and environment around you. What you have to work is on yourself. So that's what I'm trying to work. I don't want to blame the universe, the world, anybody around for my health and stuff like that. I'm trying to tackle the problem, and then I'm trying to bring the solution, fight and solve, and see if the nature will allow me to do it mentally, positive mental attitudes, with the discipline of food and exercise. And I'm hoping the solution will come across, and then I'll be able to share the obstacle, and I'll be able to win, and then everybody else will follow, and everybody else will win. That will be amazing. So keep fingers for me, stay tuned, and I'll be providing new content and keep improving as I go along. So why not? When we change, everything changes.